Hello, thanks for tuning in to Historical Happenings on Business Profile. This episode, we feature the Abu Ben Adhem Shrine Mosque here in Springfield. This beautiful historic building, which erected in 1922, stands tall in downtown Springfield while continuing to serve as Southwest Missouri's regional civic and cultural center. For over 50 years, the mosque has continued to be the home for many charitable activities of Springfield Shriners. The shrine achieved the status of a city historic site in October 1973 due to its impressive architectural styling and its dual functions. The shrine was designed by local architectural firm Hecken Lively and Mark, whom are responsible for the design of many other local buildings, such as Central High School Fine Arts Building, Weaver Public School, the Harrison Football Stadium, just to name a few. The Shrine Mosque is by far their most impressive work. Acting as a fraternal temple, the design of the building was inspired in the Moorish style. Today, it remains substantially unaltered. The basement windows, which were closed with masonry and covered with a cement stucco coating, are the only significant changes. Today, the shrine continues to thrive, so stay tuned as your host, Liz Valentine, visits with Mr. Tom Morris, the current administrator of the Shrine Mosque.
And we're at one of the most beautiful historical buildings in the Ozarks, the Shrine Mosque, with, I'm sure you've heard of him, Tom from the Shrine is what he's referred to a lot of times. Thanks for being on Historical Happenings.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So the Shrine Mosque, I'm a little confused about this, is the actual building, and then Abu Ben Adhem is the chapter of the Shriners, right?
Abu Ben Adhem Shriners.
Abu Ben Adhem.
That's the local group of Shriners. There's 191 temples nationwide, and we're one of them. And so,
when did the Shriners get started?
In 1872.
Wow. And so the domes on the building, they look, should I say it Arabic? They kind of look Arabic.
They are the Arabic motif. They're in the early 1900s. The Arabic stuff was really cool. That's all it was. And nowadays it's not as cool. But we have about as much to do with the Arabs as fraternities on campus have to do with the Greeks. So it really was just cool in the 1900s, and it is a very beautiful building, and none of that should take away from the beauty of it. It's just it was just something that they did in the 20s that they thought was cool.
So the building was originally built for the Shriners?
Absolutely. It was built and started in 1922 and finished in 1923. It was intended to be the home of the Abu Ben Adhem Shriners in Southwest Missouri, actually.
And throughout the years, you guys have hosted several concerts and the Shrine Circus.
Yeah, the Shrine Circus has been going on well over 50 years here with the same circus provider and same family. And but I'm sure the Shrine Circus goes back to when the building started in '23, because the Shrine Circus has been going on, as far as I can find out from history of the Shrine, forever.
What other kind of funding do the Shriners get? We've got the Shrine Circus. Do some of the proceeds of all of the concerts here go to the Shriners?
Yeah, absolutely. The rentals go to the Shriners. The concession sales go to the Shriners, and that's what pays the utility bills, the insurance, and et cetera. Part of every Shriner's dues goes to pay $5 to go to the preservation of the shrine, and the preservation. With the building being on the historic register, the $5 is tax deductible, and it goes to the register to keep the building up.
So how big is the Shriner group here in Springfield?
We got 4,300 members in Southwest Missouri.
Wow.
Yeah, we run from Joplin all the way across the Arkansas line to the West Plains area up to Rolla.
And we didn't touch on what the Shriners do. They are a wonderful organization that help kids. Yes,
we are. We've got 22 hospitals nationwide with burn units in 4 of the places. We got a burn unit in Cincinnati and 3 other places. And the hospital's been in existence since 1922. And so to date, we have helped 850 to 900,000 children.
Wow. So the Shrine Mosque, you said it took from 1922 to 1923 to build, so around the same time.
About the same time. That's a coincidence, but they felt like in 1922 or in that area that the fraternity needed a bigger purpose than what we're known for, having fun.
And well, and that you are. There's actually a family that was in a house fire. Tell me about that family.
Well, there was a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. I believe the little girl was 2 and the boy was 3. They were flown to Cincinnati back in December by private jets, one on each jet. And they were flown out there. At the time when they left here, the biggest concern at the time was the damage to their lungs. And I know now, and it's right about this time they were supposed to be traveling back to Topeka, Kansas, to stay with family because they had people that would help them. But they have been released from the hospitals. They will be making possibly weekly visits back to Cincinnati to make sure everything's checked. But they are out of the hospital, and that is a way better prognosis than what we had first when they first left here in Cincinnati.
So the Shriners just stepped up, paid for a private jet, and are you guys paying for all these other trips?
Yes, we'll pay for all their trips back and forth. We paid for 2 jets, which was a little over $27,000 to fly each one of them privately up there. And then they'll probably travel by car, or they may fly commercial, but on the future trips. But most likely they'll travel by car because realistically they'll probably be more comfortable in a family car than they would be traveling commercially.
And it looks like they're going to be well?
That's my understanding. All the updates that we got from the children's mothers, their mother, was that everything was going better and that they were eating well and stuff. And so it's a success story.
That's wonderful. I love to hear those success stories, especially about children. So if somebody watching wants to help, maybe make a donation, how do they do it?
Well, they can make a donation to the Shrine Hospitals for Children. They can mail it here to the Shrine, or they can stop by and do it, or they can mail it to our St. Louis Hospital in St. Louis.
Okay, and what's your phone number here? Do you want to give out your phone number?
Sure. 869-9164.
Well, Tom Morris of the Shrine, thank you so much for joining us on Historical Happenings. I'm Liz Valentine, and thank you for watching My 31 TV.